Hello, friends, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots. You can find Fort Worth Roots on all of your favorite streaming services, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and dozens more. We also have videos associated with these on YouTube. If you've never heard of Fort Worth Roots, I want to take a second to tell you about it, and I swear we'll get into the episode real quick. Fort Worth Roots, our tagline has been to support small businesses and provide more stages for musicians here in the North Texas area, specifically Fort Worth. But it's even broader than that. We really are trying to be a force for good. We support 501c, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and anybody inside of Fort Worth that's just trying to make this community special. We've had the mayor on, we've had the fire department on. So we really are trying to do a bang-up job of providing to you everything that's going on in Fort Worth. We do a morning show, Monday through Thursday. It's out by, 9 a.m., and that just covers weather, news, some local events, and call-ins from people that have upcoming events that day, that week, or that month. They call in or they leave an audio file and email it to us, and we play it on the show. It's a 20-minute episode. It's just supposed to get you ready for your day to work. We're dropping the kiddos off at the school or whatever you got going on. But it's supposed to be a connecting fiber for the city. My name is Andrew, and Fort Worth Roots is the only independent podcast that I'm aware of putting out a minimum of 5 episodes every week. And it's more than just that. We even travel around the state of Texas, take you to state parks, national parks, hit up interesting restaurants, and just really try to provide you with entertainment, but with some information, some value. So that's Fort Worth in a nutshell. I hope you guys have enjoyed it over the last 5 years. Also, I'm the only full-time podcaster I know. I don't know anybody else doing this crazy stuff on the independent level. So if you can get behind that, we'd love your help. You can message us and let us know how we could do the show better. I'm kind of insulated here. I don't get a ton of feedback from people. I see you out there watching, you voyeurs, and we're glad that you do. But your input would be phenomenal. It would be so beneficial to us to hear back from you, to let us know how we can do this better. We want to make Fort Worth Roots a thing in and of itself. It's not supposed to be my thing. It's not supposed to be your thing. It's our thing. And we're going to use it to connect the community and get information out. We just lost another one, it looks like. I don't know what the status is on this, but there's a post that just got sent to me. I don't know how I missed it. Probably because my Instagram is like drinking from a fire hose. But apparently the Cicada is considering closing down. That's going to be another music venue that we lost. And Fort Worth Roots wants to be something that's strong enough to save something special like Cicada. And right now we're not. But we, as people here in the greater Fort Worth area, need a way that we can get together, share information, and do things that will save places like that. The Cicada is just one. But I know it's possible. I know that if we get something going where we all get behind one effort, it can make a difference. Pouring Glory, if you ever heard of that place, it was actually right across the street from the Cicada, and it had gotten closed down. Within 3 or 4 days, because of the support of the community, we were able to open that thing back up, and we kept it running for, 4 or 5 months before the owner, it's not even my place to say this, but in my opinion, the owner was just exhausted, and they had to walk away from it. But we did, as a community, bring that place back from death. So we can do it. We've proven it. I know that it's possible. So all I'm saying is, let's continue that trend. Let's keep showing up. And Fort Worth Roots wants to be one of the tools that we use here in the community to get information out and support these local businesses. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. Ladies and gentlemen, this recording was done at McFly's Pub, one of our favorite places. If you've been listening to the show for a while, McFly's has been part of the Fort Worth Roots podcast programming for a very long time. And about, January? Maybe just before January, we started doing a live recording once a week on Tuesdays out there at McFly's Pub. We do these at 5 p.m. We provide pizza for you guys. We give away prizes. And there's an audience microphone, which, by the way, we just upgraded. It's now wireless. You can take it around the room, share it with one another. You don't have to walk all the way up to the front. I think that was keeping people from using the audience mic. Now the audience mic can come to you. It's wireless. It's a cool little deal. And the number one goal here is to just get people out of the house and enjoying being out in the community. The other thing is this is a great networking opportunity. You get to meet people there in the room while we're hanging out and doing the thing. We do a live podcast recording with a guest. And if it's a musician, they get on stage and play a little bit of music for us. So it's a fun evening. But you also, on that audience mic, can talk up your business or another business that you want to support, an upcoming event, whatever you've got going on. That audience mic is set up so that you can get the message out about something that is important to you. That's why we do that. Also, you can interact with our guest and ask them questions. We've got a local author that's going to be our guest middle of May. That information should be coming out soon. But you can sit there with an author and ask him questions about his book with the live audience microphone. So it's fun. We'd really love to see you out there. I'm always excited to meet other creators, people that are either in the podcast space or the promotion space or digital creation, whatever. It's always cool to see you guys out there because we can collaborate, exchange information. Next time you got a project coming up, if I can help, I'm always there for it. Okay, so that's what this is. McFly's Tuesday night. And our guest today can be found on Instagram as Ginosko TMU. Ginosko TMU is how it reads. This is a one-of-a-kind episode. We've never done anything like this, and it is inside the rap hip-hop genre. And it's got a heavy Christian undertone to it. Or maybe it is more than just an undertone. It's kind of the message, I think. You'll be the judge of that. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Sorry for the long intro. That's enough talking out of me. Let's start the show. All right, folks. Welcome to another Tuesday night at McFly's. Get loud for our guest tonight. Ginosko. I said get loud. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Absolutely. Brother, how you doing tonight?
Man, I feel fantastic, brother. How you doing?
I am doing good. I got to ask you straight up because I know nothing about you yet. Are you a robot?
Am I a robot? No. So it's not a robot. However, I did coin a term, and it's called a semi-bot.
A semi-bot.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like where there's parts of me that is still very much human, and then there's parts of me that sometimes struggles to be human. Uh-huh. And that's more of a deeper reason to that. But yeah, so we call it being a semi-bot.
Semi-bot. Well, no matter what, the important thing is that you're here with us tonight and you're a local musician. Mm-hmm. That's why we got you on the Fort Worth Roots. So thank you for being here.
Man, I'm grateful to be here, brother. Thank you so much.
Can we get into the genesis of where you came from?
Me as
where do we find a semi-bot?
Yeah, well. You find them everywhere, man. I mean, they're in this room. Again, it's a term that has more of a deeper meaning to it. But I was born in California.
Okay.
I like to say that I was born in California. I was raised in America, but I live in Texas.
Welcome home.
And what I mean is that I grew up as a what you call a tour baby.
Okay.
So my parents, my dad's a rapper from Chicago. My mom's a classically trained singer from California.
Okay.
And so when they got married, they started making music. And so we would travel across the whole world. So my childhood is it's a mixture of places. So I was born in California, but because of touring, I was raised in America, but I currently reside in Fort Worth, Texas.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
You're a citizen of the earth.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I really have to ask more about that. Like all this traveling and going to these different places, that had to play heavily into your love of music.
Oh, heavily, man. For sure. Like, I mean, music was my alarm system. So if my dad was in the studio in the morning, that's how I woke up. Or if my mom was cooking in the kitchen, she was singing opera, that's how I woke up. So music is definitely a part of my blood. So is acting as well. So what you see here is kind of a mixture of those two things.
When you say acting, are you talking like theater?
Yeah, we do a lot of live theater. There's a family-owned business called TMU Assemblies.
Okay.
And it goes to public high schools and middle schools and whatever places they book us, and we put together this whole production where it's rappers, it's singers, it's dancers, there's actors. And we put together this production where we get to talk to youth and students about a lot of heavy topics, but in a tangible, cool, and fun way. So we'll tackle things like drug addiction, sexual abuse, fatherlessness, just a bunch of different things, bullying, whatever it may be. And we like to use our gifts to, help people out, man. So yeah.
That's excellent. So you're doing something to strengthen the community with this entire persona that you've cooked up.
Oh yeah. I've never done music or any creative things just for the heck of doing it. This is not a chase for fame. It's definitely not a chase for money, because I'll tell you what right now, bro, there's not,
right.
Especially what I'm doing, there's not a lot of money in what I'm doing, but and there can be, eventually it can turn into something like that, but it's more of a love of people and a love of God that I do anything that I do. So there's a lot more deeper reason to that, for sure.
It's unfortunate. I feel like in our society there's value placed in things that just have no value, versus music and entertainment and these things that require passion and skill and a whole lot of time. And it has to be a passion of yours, or there's just no reason to do it, because it's not for the money.
No, like you'll lose your mind doing it. If you don't have a love or a passion for what you do, I mean, 1,000%, you will get burnt out. You'll get depressed. Like, I don't care how popular you are, you really got to love doing what you're doing. Otherwise, just don't do it. I mean, there's so many things you can do on this planet, but if you don't have a love for what you do, man, hey, just, find a thing that you do love,
Can we break into, you said there's a deeper meaning to how you identify this character. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, there's a lot of angles. The genesis of it was kind of a scattered thing. So it didn't all just come all at once. Like, the name came from one thing, the mask came from another, the rebranding was another reason. Yeah.
That's okay.
Hey.
That happens. We got ghosts here at McFly's.
Casper wants to ask a question. No, yeah. So the deeper meaning is that, like, again, like I kind of touched on it a little bit at the beginning, but there's certain parts of our lives that we give up or we forfeit to, as a Christian, like our sinful nature, right? Like our the things that we love doing and the pleasures of life that are also destructive. Right, and we all know what an algorithm is, right? So an algorithm, like on your phone, if you're talking about something or if you're getting around something that you're enjoying, all of a sudden it's on your phone.
Oh yeah,
right?
And every other device in the house.
Yeah, and there's people or companies that track who they think that you are, and then they'll push that thing to you.
Oh yeah.
In the same way, I believe there's a spiritual realm to life. I don't think it's just what we see here. And I think that there's things that study you or look at your behaviors or your habits, and they'll take those things that they think that you have your pleasures in it, and they'll push those things to you.
Yeah.
So I call it like the algorithms of life. So as a person, I have struggles. I have things that make me very human, and I have things that I believe God wants me to be, but I struggle to be because I'm an imperfect person. So it's the same story, like that you find in the Bible, but it's just in a fun, scientific, cyberpunk kind of way of telling it.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's a fun way to communicate the same thing, but yeah, I believe that we're all meant to be more than what we simply are just, apt to doing, and I think that we just all have a purpose, and I think that there's someone behind that purpose. And so, there's a lot of reasons to it, for sure. I
want to get into your music here in just a minute, because we're robbing people by not letting them hear your music. It's great. I love it.
Thank you.
But to your point, and I'm sure that most people can, regardless of what your religious background is, I think that probably 90% of people, if not more, can all pretty much agree that, the amount of creation on this planet does not lend itself to the idea that this just all happened randomly, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
1,000%,
it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you're into math or
or even science,
intelligence, I don't know. If you like to think.
Yeah.
So we just got back from a trip to Big Bend National Park. Have you been?
Big Bend National Park. If I have, I must have been really young.
Real
but
young.
I don't have core memories.
Anybody in here been to Big Bend National Park? No, not a lot of campers in the room.
Not one.
Listen to me. What's that?
What?
You got to put it on your to-do list. So it's 8 hours away. You have got to plan this as like a long weekend, right? Because the day you get there, you ain't doing nothing but just recovering from the drive. So then you got this massive park, and then the community around it, Terlingua and Laquitas and Boquias, if you can go to the Boquias crossing and go into Mexico, because there is actually a port down there in the park to go to Mexico.
Are you saying Boquias?
Boquias, yeah.
Is that Spanish?
Mm-hmm. It's in Mexico.
What does that stand for?
I have no idea. It sounds like maybe flower.
Any Spanish-speaking people?
Does anybody speak Spanish?
But Paquito, he said, what does that mean?
Yeah, maybe. Know? Boquias, like maybe small village. Maybe?
Small village.
I'm trying to use my Latin decoder.
Yeah. Someone get Google Translate out right quick, man. Come on now.
What does Boquias mean? And we'll have the mic up here for you whenever somebody's got the answer. But anyway, all that just to say, like, you go into an environment like that, and I'm telling you, it will just change your perspective on everything. If you're a city person like me, and you look up into the night sky and you can see like 4 or 5 stars, and you're constantly surrounded by cars and buildings and pollution, and then you go out to a place like that where there is absolutely zero light pollution. Big Bend National Park is the darkest spot on Earth at nighttime.
Yeah.
That's fact. There's not even horizon light pollution. You get no light pollution. So whenever you look up into the sky with your naked eyes, it's like being at an observatory.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And then the sun comes up and you go a mile down this road and you're in this different type of environment. And then you come around a corner and you're in a whole different world, and the whole park is like that. Every time you come around a bend, it's totally different. And we're just talking about inside the confines of Big Bend National Park. That alone right there will make you a believer so fast.
Yeah, 1,000%. And like, actually, speaking of stars, I remember very vividly as a kid, like, even though I grew up in church, you still kind of wrestle with, like, okay, what do I actually believe?
Right.
Like, my parents might be one thing, family might be another thing. What do I believe in?
How old do you think you were when you started having that "what do I believe" conversation with yourself?
I mean, pretty early, man. Like, I feel like I'm grateful that in my own mind that I was like, I'm not getting to heaven just because my parents believe what they believe, right? Like, I gotta, like, believe what I'm saying, or believe what I say I'm saying. And even though throughout life there's a lot of different waves of things that I've experienced that has challenged my faith, I've always believed that there was something or somebody, and we always identified that as Jesus or as God. Mm-hmm. But I remember as a kid, one day I was just sitting outside in the backyard, and speaking of stars, I remember I was laying on the grass on my back, and I was just looking at the stars, right? And it's just this massive sky. And in Arizona, man, you can really see the stars. In fact, there's like an observatory there where they purposely don't have a lot of street lights, so they're able to study the stars.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
There's some counties with ordinances that say, hey, you can only have this type of light.
Yeah. So meaning like there's a bunch of dark alleys and dark streets in Arizona, which is dangerous as crap. But when you're looking at the stars,
bring a flashlight.
It's like when you're looking at the stars, I'm laying on my back, and I remember so I'm outside, but I remember feeling like, yo, what is keeping me from not floating out into space right now? Like what's keeping me from not just like, just dying or just not, like, I'm on a huge rock.
Yeah.
I have no belt. I have no rope.
I'm not strapped in.
And I'm just here.
If we hit a speed bump, I'm out of here.
Yeah, and obviously the answer is gravity, but I just mean that, like, there was just such a realization, like, man, we are in this big old dark thing called the universe or whatever, the galaxy or whatever, but there's somebody out there who created this thing called gravity that keeps me here and keeps me grounded. And I just remember feeling really close to God at that moment, because I was like, man, that's just a trip to think about, right? Like, it's a crazy thing to think about, man.
And it never gets easier for me. The more I think about it, the harder it gets to understand. Because, like, gravity, we can measure it, but we don't understand it,
Yeah.
So, yeah, we just go, oh, yeah, well, gravity. But that's just a word.
Yeah, for sure.
So you can really go down that rabbit hole. And, I mean, the thing that I always bring up, and we just naturally flow this way at the Fort Worth Roots, but you know, our planet is spinning on its axis at like 86,000 miles an hour, and then that planet that's already spinning is rotating around the sun at like whoever knows, I don't know. It's fast.
Yeah, it's wild.
And then the solar system is moving in a certain direction along with our galaxy that is also moving along with everything else, and we're cruising towards something called the Great Attractor. We don't know what that is, and we can't see it because of the cosmic dust in our own galaxy that's blocking our view in that direction. Yeah. So as we are careening through outer space with all these different moving parts, we can't even see in the direction that we're headed. And we just go, well, that's gravity.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot. There's just so many things pointing to some kind of creator, and you know, I think that sometimes we get nervous on defining what that is, because once we define a thing, there's a certain responsibility that comes with that.
Sure.
Or there's like a certain accountability that comes with how I'm living my life.
That's where wars come from.
And I think
Chris Rock said it best.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember that, Dogma? Yeah. Chris Rock?
Yeah.
Having an idea is fine, but getting into beliefs, that's where wars come from.
Yeah. No, I mean, facts. And look, hey, again, like I said, like I've struggled with a lot of it. Definitely not a perfect dude at all, like whatsoever, but it's the only thing that has kept me grounded in my life, no matter how many times life has just gone crazy.
I love that.
So.
I went through a phase where I was interested in all religions. So I would go to religious services, the ones that would let me. And
which ones wouldn't let you? What do you mean?
There's some churches out there that, you know, you gotta buy the membership and, you know, do all sorts of stuff.
A subscription.
I didn't go to those.
Yeah, that's wild.
Anyway, but the ones that I could go to that were, you know, within my area that I could travel to, and what I came around to was, and I was brought up in the church.
Yeah.
But what I came up to is all of these religions have two things in common. Every single one of them. Love and gratitude. And I think that if people can use that as their guiding star and have their own personal relationship with God, the creator, the universe, the engineer, whatever they want to call it.
The engineer is crazy. I like that. The engineer.
But the most dangerous thing is to sit back and be like, none of this matters. It's a product of evolution. We're just, you know, rocks crashing into rocks. And
Yeah.
It's not very romantic, and I don't like it.
Well, and you know, like, and I get the attraction to believing that way, because
is that a gravity joke?
Yeah, no, no, it is now, but yeah, I get the attraction of believing that, because it doesn't call you to any accountability. Like if we say just, hey, the world just exploded, or like the galaxy just exploded into existence, that means we can all do whatever the heck we want. But we know that there's
no accountability.
Yeah, but we know that there's clearly some rules to how we do things, right? So like if I can't just go up to somewhere and just start shooting up a place, right, without there being some kind of consequence. So that's a negative consequence, obviously, to myself and to other people.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like someone's got to be behind that those human laws of nature. Right?
I feel like animals should be, you know, they're under the same guidance as this creator.
Yeah.
Right. And so it does make me wonder, like, obviously you should not go out and commit crimes or murder or any of that. That's a societal thing. Like, you don't do those, because then we will find you and we'll put you in jail forever.
For sure.
But, like, my dog obviously has never read the Bible about, like, you know, respect and honor that father and mother, because I'll come home from work some days and it has done some horrendous things to my house.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's God's creature too, and it should be obeying the same rules, you know? So
yeah. I mean, word. I mean, but look.
Why's my dog acting like this? Yeah. You are of God.
Look,
don't do that.
Like, animals don't follow, like, you know, a typical moral ethic code. If you feed that thing and you take care of it, you play with it, it'll love you forever. But
still gonna mess up the carpet.
It don't like love you.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
It needs you.
You stop feeding him, he will run away.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what happens.
Yeah, man. Hey.
All right, we went deep. Let's get into the music, man. So this song, you know which one I'm about to play. Is this on the new album or the first album? Because you just did a big rebrand.
Yeah, so I rebranded to Ginosko not that long. I mean, shoot, it's only been like a handful of months, really, which is crazy. I feel like we've done so much already, but this was the first release
Okay.
as Ginosko. I used to go by Shem Taylor.
Okay.
Whole big old catalog with that, but we rebranded for some interesting reasons I probably can tell you about later. But Reboot.
Off the mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
But Reboot was the first song, and the reason why it's called Reboot is because I was rebooting.
There you go.
Not only just in music, but also in life. Because, man, I went through a lot of things that have brought me to this place that I'm at right now, even moving to Texas. And I feel like God was like, hey, no matter how much you've been through or the dumb decisions you've made or things that have happened to you, there's always grace in the morning. There's always another fresh start with me. I can give you that reboot. And so that's where that song came from.
And how blessed, because the great attractor brought you to Texas, but God brought you to Fort Worth.
The engineer, boy.
That's right.
I was loaded.
Yeah. Yo, if you know this song, I need y'all to like vibe with me and like sing the song with me real quick if y'all can. Yeah. Hey.
Never went to college, what's the use? Things I dream of doing, I just do. Checked off all the boxes, Nike swoosh. Dang, I'm feeling chosen, duck goose. All my homies, I ain't getting loose. To all my homies, I ain't feeling new. All glory to God, He the truth. Screaming Jesus' name on the roof.
Yeah.
Running away from all the lies that this world would say. Running to grace.
Sing it with me real quick.
I just wanna see my God face.
Yeah.
But God had to reset me at the reboot. God had to reset me at the. God had to reset me at the reboot. God had to reset me at the.
Yeah. Hey.
God had to reset me at the reboot. Put people in my life who can rebuke. I don't trust my heart, it's deceitful. But God had to reset me at the.
Look.
Trust me when I say I did the most. But God, He brought me out, man, I can't boast. Celebrate heaven, make a toast. Dang, I'm feeling chosen, it's like eating mighty bowl. To all my sisters, I ain't letting go.
Yeah.
To all my sisters, trusting in the Lord.
Hey.
All glory to God, He don't rose. Screaming Jesus, name act like it no. Running away from all the lies that this world would say. Running to grace.
Listen. Hey.
I just wanna see my God face. But God had to reset me at the reboot. God had to reset me at the. God had to reset me at the reboot. God had to reset me at the. God had to reset me at the reboot. Put people in my life who can rebuke. I don't trust my heart, it's deceitful. But God had to reset me at the.
Come on, get loud. Get loud. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Excellent. I think I talked to you about this the first time that we met, but there is a underserving of hip hop and rap, whatever you want to call it. I found out a while back, like, you don't call it rap anymore, and I was like, what do you call it?
You know, listen. I can break it down for you because I think a lot of people are confused about that. Again, I'm a hip hop baby. My dad is like hip hop historian, but so hip hop is the culture. Just so everyone knows, because I feel like some people get it mixed up. Hip hop is the culture. Mm-hmm. There are, I believe, 5 pillars of hip hop.
Okay, there's 5.
Okay.
Did anybody else know that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Some people know. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. So you have rap.
Okay.
That's one pillar of hip hop. You have graffiti, which is visual, that's a part of the hip hop culture.
It's new to me.
Technically, you have breaking, which is breakdancing,
I've seen that. That's actually what started this conversation 10 years ago. There was breakdancing going on. They were calling it hip hop, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, it's in hip hop culture, but breaking and obviously hip hop dances, evolved over time, and you have the Dougie and you have all the other stuff that happened, but it's still in the same world. We'll still accept it. But breakdancing,
it's 3.
So you got rap, graffiti, breakdancing. What am I forgetting? Fashion.
Okay.
The DJ. Well, we'll put the DJ and the producer together.
Okay.
So you got your DJ, which is a disc jockey.
Yeah.
And then you have the MC, which is the rapper, which technically means the master of ceremonies. So hip hop is not like, so if you say, oh, he's a rapper, that's okay. Or if you say he's a hip hop artist, you're also correct.
Still good.
Yeah. You're still good. You're still good. So just want to break that down because sometimes people get all confused.
Well, I you try to keep up. Hey, last week had my birthday, 40 years old. I'm 40, man.
You 40?
I just hit 40.
Dang.
Yeah, I got all my hair though.
Honestly,
it's getting gray. It's getting gray. But it's still there.
You look good, man. Happy birthday to you, brother.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
So anyway, things change. We dude. Just the way we talk, the definitions for certain things, especially, dude, musical genres after the 90s got so out of control, I don't even try to play with it anymore. Like, I don't know what it is. I like it. Okay? That's what it is. I like it.
Just make it simple. Make it simple, man. Make it plain.
I just don't even worry about it anymore. Did anybody bother looking up Boquillas? I'm going to do it myself if you didn't do it. Nobody's brave enough to get on this mic over here and tell us what Boquillas stands for.
Is it what key?
What is that? It's B-O...
Boquillas.
Boquilles, I think.
Boquillas.
Computer. What does Boquillas mean in English?
It sounds like a name of like a bully.
Oh, I should have tried to say it with Patrick. No. Oh, it's all over the place. Boquillas, Mexico. Okay, this is all over the place. All right, so.
Yeah, can you say that in here?
Come on over here.
They won't be able to hear you.
Come on over here. I got you. Let me tune up this check. Where we at? Check. There you go.
Do I have to sign a waiver?
No, we don't do that. And by the way,
Very
in
good.
Boquillas, you don't sign any waivers either. They will just let you get on a horse with no instructions, no waiver, no helmet, and then they just slap its ass and you go running down the road.
Very nice.
Sounds like my kind
I
of
think
place,
you'll
man.
like this as an endorsement. The word boquillas here in Spanish is for mouthpieces.
What does that mean? Mouthpieces?
Or small nozzles, openings, right? I don't know.
Okay.
Mouthpiece.
Thank you for looking that up.
Yeah.
I was over here struggling. Like,
I had zero clue what
Look,
word.
when I said that to Google, that's how I tried to spell it, and that's how it's actually spelled. Boquillas, Mexico.
Yeah,
They spelled it with a K-I-A-S.
Man, it could be a whole different meaning, brother. You have no idea.
Anyway, so I had to get that out of my system because we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Y'all have to go. If y'all ever get a chance, actually, you know what? Don't get a chance, make a chance. Go down there, and if y'all haven't checked out the state parks, that's also something fun you can do. You can go to any state park and get yourself a state park passport. And then whenever you go to a different state park, they'll stamp it. Like, hey, you made it. Good job.
Yeah, man. No, if I haven't been to it, huh?
Do you get a prize at the end?
Hold on.
If you talking, dude.
Yeah. He's right. He knows what's up.
Do you get a prize at the end?
What kind of prize are you looking for?
Man, I'm trying to.
Like you want
I want an all expense paid trip to Big Bend National Park, man.
Well, that's national, so this is a state thing. But I think if you get all your passport stamps, and by the way, I think there's like 98 of them inside the state of Texas, I think you get a free armadillo, like a real live armadillo. I just made that up, but wouldn't that be cool?
I was like, hey, man. I was like, that thing better be stuffed. Like,
man, armadillos, they're adorable. They're not very fun to like pet, but they're adorable.
Yeah, that's wild. Actually, I was just at a friend's. Actually, shout out to Sheffalo Americano. They gave me the fit for today.
Oh, nice. Where's that at?
Sheffalo Americano.
Yeah, where's that?
Well, they have a storefront at Bowie House. So shout out to Bowie House, my people. But they also have a store on Camp Bowie, and they blessed me with some merch to use.
Very cool.
But I bring them up because in their store, which is like the craziest looking store, they have all these like stuffed. I was gonna say stuffed animals, but that's not the right word. What's it called when it's like
taxidermied?
Huh?
Taxidermied?
Taxidermy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a bunch of taxidermed animals, and they have an armadillo.
Taxidermified
armadillo. And I did want to take it home, but I don't think they were selling it, so I had to leave it there.
Man, you can just find them in the wild. Like Abilene State Park is where you find the armadillos for sure.
Yeah.
We sure did do a lot of talking about state parks and national parks.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't be on that topic.
We talk about God and nature.
Oh, we're talking about nature and God.
That's exactly right.
And how
That's
all
exactly
those things.
right.
Yeah.
If you don't believe, go to the park.
There you go.
Then you will.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. I
Have you been?
haven't been to the Grand Canyon yet.
Oh, now, brother, you got to go to the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
brother.
so you've been to the Grand Canyon?
Oh, well, I used to live in Arizona.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Grand
You basically
Canyon.
lived inside of it.
Well, okay. I mean, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, kind of. I mean, it no, not really. Like we were off like in Tucson and Phoenix area.
Is the helicopter tour? Is that the move? Is that what you do?
I mean, shoot, man, I didn't do that.
You didn't do it?
No, I just did the. I mean,
I was looking into that because so you can take a helicopter from Vegas, fly out there.
Okay.
They will land, feed you lunch, and then fly you around the Grand Canyon.
Well, then, yeah, if you can afford that, then absolutely, that's the move.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was bad, but it was bad enough we didn't do it. But it wasn't like
$500 or something.
It was. I think it was less than that. I want to say it was less than that. Yeah, I want to say it was like $350, and I was like,
I mean, that's kind of. I mean, if you've ever been, I've been, but it don't look real. Like it's a ginormous gap in the earth.
Yeah,
and it just don't look. It like I don't know. You look like if you throw a rock at it, you might like poke
die
a hole
before it
in
hits
or
hits the ground.
Yeah,
it's a long ways down.
Yeah, it's a while.
What is the tallest vertical from like floor to cliff?
Shoot, man.
Do you know these facts?
Don't ask me math questions, man. Don't ask me math questions. I don't know.
Well, I got a good question for you. Where can people find your art?
They can find it anywhere, man. It's shout out to Distro Kid for helping me with distribution. So if you type in Ginosko, it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on YouTube, it's wherever you listen to music. Tidal. Yeah, you can even pirate that joint, man. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
like it's somewhere all over the place. But
Don't you drop that SM58?
hey, that was crazy.
That's an SM58. Best mic I got.
Yeah, you can get the music anywhere though. You can literally find it anywhere. Just type in Ginosko, and I will say though, on Apple Music right now, this is kind of annoying, but because of the rebrand, there was somebody else who had like a similar name, and it like mixed my music together with them. It is not me. If you do not see this mask, it is not Ginosko. It's somebody else. So if you listen to that music, it's not. You know, if it doesn't sound anything like my music, it's not me. So we're trying to figure that out with Apple Music. So
Yeah.
man, shout out to Apple.
Oh yeah, Apple Music's all about customer service too. So you should be good, right?
Yeah, it's taking a while, dog. It's taking a
It's
while.
gonna take longer too, probably. Well, genuinely, thank you so much. I'm so glad that we got connected, and I'm looking forward to doing some more work with you, whether it's podcasting or helping your friends hold a camera, a boom mic, whatever you need me to do.
Yeah.
We gotta help each other out because it's a rough road out here.
Yeah. Did anybody have any questions?
Yeah,
Like
we got the
questions?
mic. We're open for questions if anybody's got them. Where did that mic go?
It's right there.
Oh, there you go. Let me get you cranked back up. I'm been managing that feedback. What you got?
What inspires you to keep going, man?
Wow. What inspires me to keep going? I've learned at this point that if you have a calling on your life, if you have something that like you feel like is not the whole of you in the sense of you're still valuable without doing what you're doing, like the giftings, you're still valuable. But for me, music, entertainment, and stuff like that, I feel like I was created to do it. No matter like whatever that may mean, the pros and cons of it, because there are cons. Like being in front of a crowd or in an audience, there's definitely cons that come with it. For me, when I'm not doing what I feel like God made me to do, it feels wrong. Like I can't sleep. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I function correctly when I'm not pursuing what I'm pursuing now. Or when I feel like I'm not doing something that is blessing or encouraging somebody outside of myself. And through music and acting, that's always been a driving point for me. So really what keeps me going is one, I feel like I was made to do it. But secondly, I feel like somebody out there needs to hear what I feel like God put on my heart to share. And I've seen so many times where even if it's just like some random kid on social media, or if it's a family or whoever the heck that just hears a song, is like, man, that was a blessing to hear. That's enough for me to keep going. So really anybody who listens to the music, and also just, I feel like I was created to do it. So that's what keeps me going though. It's what doesn't keep me going is money, fame, like whatever that looks like. I've had some of it, I've had none of it. But that's not my driving at all. It's really just the purpose behind it. So Yeah, that's
Excellent
what keeps
question.
me going, man. Thank you.
You guys have been great on the mic tonight with the audience participation. Has anybody else got any other questions? You want to come on up here, man? Got this mic for you. Please let people know your government name.
your social,
absolutely.
your everything.
I don't know if you said this or mentioned it.
Careful walking in front of that speaker.
Ginosko, say it for me.
Ginosko.
Ginosko. Is that Arizonan? What
No,
is that? What does that mean? Is the question I have. I don't think you defined it for us.
I didn't.
Thank you.
There was a moment where I wasn't telling anybody what it meant. And the reason why is because I was like, I want you to go find out.
Yeah, go figure it
But
out.
I will tell you.
Okay.
I will tell you just because this is the first official interview as Ginosko. So I'm gonna tell you now. So just pay attention. The first time I ever heard the name Ginosko was years ago, and it was in the Bible, and I just always liked the way it sounded. I was like, man, like what does that mean, Ginosko? To me, even though it's a Greek word, it sounds Japanese to me, and so like a lot of my music has like a lot like heavy Japanese influence. You can see it in the logo. You can see it in like a lot of the cyberpunk fits that we have. But Ginosko, in its infinity, what it means is to know. It means to know, but not just like knowing as like, oh, I know that dude that I barely do know. What it really means is to know through deep experience, meaning like I know you for real. I know you because we've done life on life together. I know you because I know your habits. I know your weaknesses. I know your strengths. It's a deep knowledge of something or somebody. And it's the same word that's used when God describes his relationship with us. He doesn't say, hey, I just know you. I ginosko you. It's the same word that's used to describe the relationship between like Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God the Father. It's like they ginosko each other. And it's deep. So when you're talking about like your wife and your relationship with your husband or whatever, like you don't just know that. Like you better ginosko your wife and your husband, right? Or your kids or your siblings or your parents. It's a deep knowing. And so that's kind of where I got the name. That is where I got the name from for Ginosko. So yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah, great question, man. Thank you.
I like it whenever people pack meaning into the names that they pick out. My second business that I put together, and I would be excited if anybody could come up with this, like decode this before the end of the night. But my second business is what do they call that? An anagram.
Oh yeah.
And it's altitude, like altitude, and then grove, like a grove of trees. Those letters together. And I actually said it tonight. I actually said it in regular conversation that we were having about religion tonight.
Yeah.
But the altitude grove, if you break those letters down, it's 2 words, and they are the most important words in life. So anyway, hit me up if you can figure it out.
What is it? You ain't gonna tell me?
See, I don't give it up.
Okay,
I don't give it
gonna-
up.
you
You gotta
gonna
figure
lead
it out.
He said love and gratitude.
Love and gratitude.
Damn.
Did she get? But
No one has ever cracked it that fast.
Say it in the mic.
I did.
She did.
Oh,
Love and gratitude.
love and
You
gratitude.
nailed it.
Well,
Good
dang,
recall. Yeah.
She was
Damn
paying
it.
attention, man.
That usually stumps people. I gave too many clues.
Yeah. yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I got a question though.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm. Let's move
watch out
over
that
here,
speaker.
sis. Let's move over here. Okay, so I'm an artist myself, and this is artist to artist. So being an artist, it's hard to rest and take care of yourself, especially when you're in that creative mode.
Yeah.
What do you do to manage your self-care, your biblical connection, your prayer life?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
What do you do to like balance and take care of yourself even when you're creating?
Well, a few things. I did recently start working out. I hate working out. I can't. I don't care. I mean, look, I'm starting to love it and enjoy it, but working out helps a lot. Shout out to Orange Theory. That's where I'd be at.
Okay.
It's good. It's good for you. It's like mental health wise, it really helps you to get through a day. But on a deeper level, even before I hit the gym, I get up and I try my hardest. I don't do this always perfectly, but I try not to look at social media in the morning. I have a whole playlist that's just dedicated to like worship or like some instrumentals that I have that are calming and peaceful. And I'll immediately before I do anything, I'll play that music. I hook it up to my Bluetooth, and My poor roommate probably hates it at this point, but he ain't never said nothing about it yet. So, but I'll play that music. I'll light a candle or some incense or something like that, and I'll read my Bible. I'll read a chapter and I'll read like a Proverbs or a Psalms, and then I have to, before I do anything else, I gotta get outside. I love nature, man. Like whether I be at the botanical gardens or I'm just walking around my neighborhood or walk to a coffee shop or something.
How about the river trail?
Oh, dude, I live so close to the Trinity River, and I'm outside. Like
We're so lucky to have that.
Oh man, yeah, it's
one
a
of the
blessing.
best things about Fort
It's
Worth.
gross. Like, don't swim in it.
No, don't touch that water. Don't touch it.
Like, for sure, don't swim in it.
Don't look at it too much.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off because I feel like that thing's just falling off. But yeah, I get outside and that does me well. I feel like those things put together, getting some exercise, reading and spending time with God, and like just getting out in nature, like that. Those three things are great for me because Lord knows when I'm not doing those things, your boy, like I'm not like I promise you, like I have my flaws for sure. Like I do, dog. Like and I know it. Like I know if I'm not plugged in, like if I'm not plugged into that source, like it's not hard for me to start falling to the wayside and kind of start dabbling in those algorithms that are more destructive than positive. I'm like, So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Excellent question.
But yeah, that's great.
Got one more in the back over there.
Yeah, I got a question for you.
What up, dog?
With everything as an artist with rebranding, Mike asked you about the name change. What does it mean? What is the meaning behind the mask? Like what brought on the idea of turning into having a mask on? Because I know that has a meaning as well.
Yeah.
What is your meaning behind that?
Yeah. So like I kind of tapped on this like a little bit at the beginning, but the name Ginosko, I've always loved the name of it. I didn't know what it was for years. I'm talking about like a good 7-8 years that I remember I specifically wrote it down in my phone like years ago, bro. The mask came because I wanted to do something dope with music, but I did. So if you look past my old catalog, when I used to go by Shem Taylor, we would kind of dabble in some like real heavily themed projects. So we had one called Clown School. That was like one of my favorite albums that we ever did. And we were kind of like dressing up like clowns kind of thing. And it sounds weird, but it was so much fun. And I guess that's kind of where some of the acting comes from. But and then we did one called The Bandit, where I was like a Western bandit thing. So this whole theme thing is not new. It's new because I'm focused on one thing and I'm gonna be doing this for however long I can. But I've never done it to this extent. So in saying that, we did a bunch of themed albums. But I gotta say this. My producer GT, who happens to also be my older brother, is a genius with the production. And I think I was telling Tamil this the other day, or yesterday. But randomly he just sent me this beat pack. And a beat pack is a conglomerate of a bunch of beats. And he didn't even say nothing. I don't think he even said anything inside the email. He was just like, here's a beat pack. And he does that often. And I opened it up, and it was nothing but like a bunch of crazy, like 80s retro robotic sounding stuff. And I was like, man, what the heck is this? And I loved it. I was like, man, this is dope. So I think with those three elements, with this name that I didn't know what it was, I have this crazy mask from Tokyo, Japan, sitting in my closet, and I had this beat pack. And we were already doing theme style albums. And once we decided to do a rebrand, I was like, hey, what if we just went all the way with this thing? Like, what if we like created like a whole world, like almost even like a different kind of genre, where we started coining the term cyber hop, where it's like it's hip hop, but it still has all these like crazy elements to it. And honestly, as I'm telling you now, we're still creating as we're going. Like there's a lot of things to this that I don't really fully know what's gonna happen with all this stuff. This can either really flop or this thing can take off crazy, and I don't know. what you're seeing now is the very beginning of it. And so I remember G was like, hey, just so you know, you're going to be known as a robot guy from this point on. And I was like, shoot, man. I think I'm down for that. So I hope that kind of answers your question. That's a lot of the history of what happened. But yeah, and now we're 3 singles in, and we're going to have a lot more coming very soon. So we're excited.
Excellent. That's excellent. Great questions. Anybody else have something for the mic? A little audience mic action. This is the best audience mic interaction we've had with any Tuesday night. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys, man.
Absolutely.
Dope.
Got time for one more, and then we're gonna play it out with our reboot.
Let's go.
Question.
Watch out for that. Watch out for that speaker though.
Oh,
It'll bite you.
Is,
There it goes.
Oh
There
yeah,
it
you might
goes.
have to.
let me leave the room.
That's perfect. There you go.
Last question, Ginosko.
All right.
Never mind.
That's okay. You got this.
Play again. Okay. What's what do you imagine as being your end goal? When does Ginosko retire? What are you aiming for? When do you feel like you accomplished what you were set out to do?
That is a deep question. I really hope you guys heard that question. What is the end goal of Ginosko, and when can I know I can retire?
Becoming a robot.
Wow. No. See, the idea is not to become a robot,
Okay.
by the way. Man, I mean, dang, that's a deep question. I don't know.
Well, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Earlier, you were talking about how this is something that you got to do. Acting, music. If you don't have it, you feel empty. If you're not helping people through the power of your music and the creativity, then you feel like that you haven't had a complete day, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think that there is an end goal, just based on what I heard today.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think that there's a finish line for you. I think this is a lifestyle.
I mean, that's a better answer than I was about to give. But
Taking
it's true.
bows,
Like,
taking
I mean,
bows.
like you know what? And the reason why I'm gonna piggyback off of that is because music is a forever thing. I've noticed that there's songs that I did. I mean, well over a decade ago, 10 years ago, that some random person that doesn't know me or whatever will hit me up and be like, man, I really like that one song that you did. I was like, brother, that thing is older than you. Like, what in the world? Like, and it's a weird thing. Music lasts forever. And so I do want to leave a lasting impact. I do want to be able to encourage generations as much as I possibly can. And I also want to make something dope. I want to make something that has quality to it. Something that meant something to somebody, whether that be a big audience or a small one. But yeah, like legacy is huge to me. So I don't know if it truly ever ends.
I don't think so.
Even after I'm dead and gone, because at some point I'm not gonna be here, right? Like I mean, I don't know how much time I have. So until I literally can't do it anymore, I'm gonna keep going.
Not to say that there won't be different iterations of this. You might have 1,000 rebrands between now and in date.
Shoot.
You know?
I hope I don't have too many.
I'm just saying. I mean, you never know. Like
Yeah.
the Fort Worth Roots thing. This has changed. The core values of this show have never changed. If you go back and you listen to episode 1, which is in our top 10 favorite list, most played, which is ridiculous. I don't understand that, but if you listen to that guy from 5 years ago that was sitting in front of this machine, great product by the way. Same core principles, but the show has changed drastically.
Yeah.
And I mean, we used to do 1 show a week. Now we're doing sometimes 9 shows a week. I mean, there's differences, and your art is probably going to change a bunch between now and 5 years from now.
Yeah, and I mean, man, and shout out to you, because I feel like since I've been to Texas, there hasn't really been a lot of outlets for anything that's not country, right? Like, it's definitely an interesting market to be in.
Yeah.
So, man, I appreciate you. I mean, because like you're putting people on that otherwise probably wouldn't have a platform.
Well, shout out to the folks that are out there trying to make a difference. Fort Worth is known for its country music, and I think that's got a lot to do with like the stockyards and the rodeos and the yeehaw and the whatever. But there's a space for jazz. There's a space for rap. There's a space for grunge rock, metal, hardcore. I mean, there's everything that you can think of. There's a space for it. And there are folks like Tom Martins over at Here Fort Worth that
Man,
are
shout out to Tom, boy. Shout out to Tom.
they are champions of art. They are
Yes.
not champions of any specific genre. They are just there to support. And that's, with Fort Worth Roots, we've always tried to make sure that we're attacking it from every angle. But more times than not, there's an overwhelming country presence in Fort Worth, and it's unescapable. In fact, some of the artists that I know that are country now, they started off as something else. Name a genre other than country. That's what they started off as, and then they just kind of melted into country.
Yeah, so
trying to find the path of least resistance.
I'm down to do a feature, a collaboration with a country artist, but
Sure.
Lord knows I'm not trying to turn country. I'm
Well,
sorry, Texas. I love you guys, and I
for
love
sure.
it. I think country music is great, but
Not everybody needs to do the same thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I can't do it.
So anyway, all that just to say, just because all you see out the window or whenever you go places is one thing, it's not like, there are plenty of organizations here in Fort Worth that are supporting other type of genres, and it is not just country here. Although I understand it really does look like it is just country.
Yeah, no, but definitely shout out to here Fort Worth.
Absolutely.
They've been such a huge help and a great community to be a part of.
Amplify 817 from the public library, they do a great job of trying to chop it up with every genre thinkable.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, also shout out to Cicadas. Cicadas allowed me to put on a hip hop show at their spot. They haven't had a lot of hip hop there before, but they allowed us to do it. And man, thank you so much for just open. John, shout out to John from Cicadas for allowing us to
and
do
his
a show.
his wife,
Yes.
Tyler, right?
Yes.
Tyler.
Yeah, something with a T. I think it's Tyler.
Jacob, out at the Cicada, that's Tyler, right? Do you know the owner? No, nobody knows. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's Tyler, but for some reason that doesn't feel right.
Tyler.
It is Tyler. Okay,
It's Tyler.
Cool.
Okay.
We did it. I think we got all the big shout outs.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and there's just so many people that are so essential to everything, and I'm just grateful for them, man. I'm just grateful for people like that, and grateful for you, brother. So thank you so much, man.
Thank you, and let's do some work together. Let's help bolster the hip hop scene, the rap scene, and any other genre that we want to call it. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do have some raffles.
Oh yeah, we got the raffle. We're gonna do that. We can do it now. You want to do it now?
So to explain there's two prizes in here, and to explain what they are. One, here at McFly's Pub, we have a music festival coming. It is called Gifted Summerfest, and it's gonna be happening right here at McFly's August 8th and 9th. And it's going down. So one of the tickets is 2 free tickets sponsored by Gifted Summerfest to be able to come out. I'll be performing there, but we're gonna have a bunch of great artists there coming. I mean, some of them even coming out of town, and it's gonna be a two day festival, but it's happening right here at McFly's. We're also gonna film a music video.
Excellent.
For myself.
Great spot for that.
During that festival, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I can see you up on the booth up there next to Biff and
we got to get a DeLorean in this mug.
We keep telling him, Dan, we need a DeLorean, Dan.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then
I can hear Dan you gonna pay for it, dude?
The other prize inside there is the very, very first Ginosko T-shirt from merch
the first one ever made.
It's a limited edition one. There's only gonna be 5 of these particular shirts made. So somebody's gonna get that shirt today, and excited to.
Before you start pulling, because I think she looks like she's ready to pull tickets out.
Yeah.
Before you do that, is there anybody else that did not get their name in this drawing? Because this is the last moment. You can write your name on a ticket, throw it in there. These are great prizes. You do not want to miss out. And I'm not trying to. Usually, I'm like, put your email on there because I want you to sign up for my email list. But we're not doing that tonight. Just put your name on there and throw it in the cup.
Just get your name on that thing, boy.
So, all right. We'll do that off mic, and we'll get this one tied up. Thank you so much again for doing this. I'm excited to work with you guys, and can we maybe do this not too far in the future?
Man, look, I'll do it as much time as you'll let me be here.
Next time you cut an EP or something, let's do it.
Oh
again.
yeah.
Okay?
We got many more songs coming out very soon. So yeah, 1000%, brother. We'd love to come back.
Excellent. All right, we're We're going to let Reboot play us out. I love saying that. You remember that Bill O'Reilly freak out video? Did you ever see that? Where he's mad because the teleprompter's not working? Yeah. He's like, what does play us out mean? What does that mean? This is what it means. We'll see you guys next time. Thank y'all for being at McFly's Tuesday night.
Shiny.
Never went to college, what's the use? Things I dream of doing, I just do. Checked off all the boxes, Nike swoosh. Dang, I'm feeling chosen, duck the goose. All my homies, I ain't getting loose. To all my homies, I ain't feeling new. All glory to God, he the truth. Screaming Jesus' name on the roof. Running away from all the lies that this world would say. Running to grace. I just wanna see my God face. But God has to reset me at the reboot. God has to reset me at the. God has to reset me at the reboot. God has to reset me at the. God has to reset me at the reboot. Put people in my life who can rebuke. I don't trust my heart, it's deceitful. But God has to reset me at the.
All right, Ginosko, everybody. I want to Ginosko you. Do you want to Ginosko me? I love that. Altitude Grove, the LLC that Fort Worth Roots operates under, a marketing and advertising company, is an anagram, and I don't remember if it was in the recording or not, but somebody called it out. As soon as I told him that I'd already mentioned the two words that make up the anagram for the company name, can you guess what those two words are? She's like, yep, I got it. The name of the company is called Altitude Grove. And I told him, in my opinion, those are the two most important words in the English language. And she guessed it immediately, and I was like, oh, how'd you do that? Anyway, great group of people, man. And I'm here for it. You know, talking to almost all of them, if not all of them, and just exchanging Instagram information and letting them know, like, hey, I'm here for it, man. Whatever you guys need help with. And I extend that invitation as often as possible to anybody in the community that's doing something to help our neighbors, to enrich the Fort Worth community. So let me know how I can help. I genuinely mean that. I feel like you hear that kind of stuff from anybody, you know, or everybody. You're walking down the street. How you doing? Good. How you doing? I'm doing good. And then you just keep walking. It's like auto programming. Hey, you know, if you need anything, I'll help. And never goes any further than that. But I mean it. It's not auto programming. It's what I do, man. Full-time podcaster here. And just want to be part of everybody's project. Okie dokie. Well, that was a great recording. And I hope we get to see him again real soon. Let's get into these sponsors real quick. These are the folks that are helping us keep the lights on here at Fort Worth Roots. You guys know we do the morning show. Releases at 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday from a place called Hoppin'. And you can find all the information about Hoppin' on their Instagram at HoppinFWTX. You got 58 taps on the wall, full service cocktail bar, and just a rad little location. You can see the skyline. It's got a great view of the skyline for Fort Worth. Excellent patio, really chill location. And if you are somebody like me, you like beer, but you don't like most beers, this is a cool spot because you can take just an ounce out of the tap, try it. It's not for me. Move on to the next one, pour another ounce, so on and so forth. You can work your way down the wall, and it only charges for what you put in the glass. So that's why we like Hoppin'. That's not true. That's not why I like Hoppin'. I like Hoppin' because I like Mike and Holly, the owners out here. It's owned by local folks, and when I first started talking to them, I'm like, I only support local businesses, and this is a chain. And they go, no, this is a franchise. We bought this. This is ours. And it's ran by Holly and Michael. They are 100% financially responsible for this thing. So anyway, there's the defining line right there. And I was like, okay, well, we can do that. I like you guys. So that's why I like Hoppin'. I like Hoppin' because I like Mike and Holly. The Davis team, everything real estate, all in one place. YourDavisteam.com. These folks have sold 2 homes for us over the past, decade. And both times it has been an incredible experience. You don't get one agent, you get 13 full-time real estate agents. This is not their side hustle. They know what they're doing. And they're constantly pulling down awards and getting recognized for just incredible culture in their company. That it's just, they walk into the room whenever we do an event, and you can feel the difference with these people. It's just a good group of folks. And just recently they launched a 501c. She'd already been doing this. She'd been doing this for 3 years, passing out Thanksgiving meals to families here in North Texas. And she finally decided, okay, this thing's getting big enough that I want to make it a 501c. So they did that. But I'm always blown away by the character of these folks. And outside of that, if you have anybody else selling your home for you inside the DFW area, you're hurting yourself. Because you could have had it done better. They're more knowledgeable. They're better at what they do than anybody else that I've ran into. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with agents or real estate folks, but the experiences I have had have proven to me that these guys are the best. And it's not just that they're the best at what they do. Their hearts are in the right place. And that's more important to me than anything else. But it doesn't hurt that they're the best. The Davis team. If you've got any kind of property questions, if you're buying or selling, hit them up. 817-755-0504. That is in the show notes. Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf. Parties, events, retreats, reunions, team building, and fundraisers. What they do is they bring a disc golf course out to you. It can be, 2 baskets. It can be 20. They glow in the dark. He's got the putters and the drivers and everything you need for a full disc golf experience. And he'll leave it there with you. However many days you want to keep it, and they'll come back and pick it up. GalaxyWildernessDG.com. On the phone, it's 682-228-0399. Fort Worth Float Company. We got a link right now in our Instagram for only new customers that listen to Fort Worth Roots. And it's a great deal. There's two really good deals, and I think both links are in there. What you can do if you don't want to bother with the links on our Instagram, you can just call our friends up there at Fort Worth Float Company, or get them on Instagram and tell them, hey, what are the Fort Worth Roots deals? And he'll tell you. But they're great, and you can go in there and experience the deprivation tanks, the cold plunge, the sauna, and some other mental health and physical well-being services that they provide there at Fort Worth Float Company. This is another great example of small business that is under attack right now from large corporate entities. Somebody with deprivation tanks just pulled into Fort Worth, and they are not from even this country. So I would love to support them, but there's a local business that provides the same service with more charisma and energy and love in their hearts than anybody waving a corporate flag trying to promote the same stuff. So we would love for you to give them some love, some support. Go check out Fort Worth Float Company for your deprivation tanks, cold plunges, and physical and mental well-being, your health. They're located at 5934 River Oaks Boulevard here in Fort Worth. It's River Oaks/Fort Worth, but their address is a Fort Worth address. And on Instagram, it is FW Float Company. The Body Scrubbery. The Body Scrubbery, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. Located at 519 Pennsylvania Avenue. That is our homegirl, Michelle. She is currently in the process of adding more services over there to the Body Scrubbery. This is a great gift idea. It's also a great idea for couples. If you're trying to find something unique to do with your lover, you can do couples stuff. But they've got body scrubs and waxes, or not waxes, mud tubs, bubble tubs, all sorts of relaxing stuff. You can get a massage there too. So anyway, really cute little boutique-y thing that she's got going on over there. She built this whole inside experience. She's very, very crafty, that Michelle. But she's turned it into a very inviting environment, very relaxing situation over there. So go check it out. The Body Scrubbery on Instagram. McFly's Pub, you know about this 1980s Back to the Future themed bar with an incredible outdoor area. And 2 stages for live music. There's always something dope happening over here. And they've got some kind of stripper thing. Some dudes with, I don't know. I just saw the flyers, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. But they're always trying new stuff. I don't know that they're actually strippers. It's just a bunch of dudes with their shirts off, and they've all got 6-packs. And I guess there's some kind of half-naked dude thing going on over there. Anyway, don't let that deter you. There's other nights with way better stuff. And that might be cool, too. I don't know who the audience is. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it, okay? I'm just going to leave it alone. But there's always something cool happening over there. Go check them out on Instagram, McFly's Pub. And I promise you, our Tuesday nights at McFly's are always dope. And we're building a great little community over there. Some people go to church, okay? I don't do that. I meet with you guys on Tuesdays, and that's how I get my community experience, is with you guys on Tuesday nights at McFly's. Starts at 5 o'clock. I'm going to bring pizza. I'm going to feed you because I don't want you to be hungry, okay? And then I'm going to give you that audience mic so that you can get in on the fun when we're doing the podcast recording. Our homie over there, Roofing Solutions by Darren Houck. I am going to pull up the information for the Springfest Car Show, if I can find it very quickly. They were scheduled to do it on April 19th, and we were down in Big Bend when that happened. And it was the first time that I wasn't going to be able to make it. So in some odd way, this might all be my fault that it didn't happen. Because the universe was like, nope, can't do it without Andrew. That's very egotistical of me. Springfest, car show, here we go. But they had to change it. They had to change it because they got rained out or something. There's some bad weather that week. All right, so here's the details. River Oaks Springfest postponed due to weather. New show dates, Friday, May 9th, 2025, Grump's Burgers, 5300 River Oaks Boulevard at 6 p.m. They're going to do the police escort thing, I think. That's not what they're calling it here, though. But I think that's what that is. So they get the cops out there blocking traffic, and everybody gets in a big old Congo line in their vehicles, and they just weave through the streets of River Oaks. And the community, they come out of their houses and wave. And it's a thing. It's a thing, and it's fun. It's more fun than I'm making it sound like. But I've done it every year, and it's kind of the last-minute thing that they do to promote the River Oaks Springfest Car Show, which is happening Saturday, May 10th. It's going to be at Burgers Lake, 1200 Meandering Road. And that area of town is just absolutely beautiful. Real big, established, like old-school trees, these big mammoth trees. Great spot for just hanging out and enjoying nature. It's weird because when you get out there, it doesn't feel like you're in town. It feels like you went on a trip somewhere. So, and I don't think it's big enough, but somebody was telling me they have like lots that aren't usually open that are going to be opened up for this thing. So there's going to be plenty of room. And lots of vendors, lots of old classic cars. It's going to be sweet. So come on out, Burgers Lake, May 10th. That's a Saturday. Doesn't say what time it starts. I think it's going to start at 10. I think that was the original time. So get more information on that by, just following along on our social media, or you can go to Facebook and just what I did just now is I Googled, or I Facebook searched River Oaks Springfest Car Show, and it pulled right up. So easy peasy. And that's our buddy Darren over there. He's our roofer that we have on call for you guys anytime you want, and he will do a roofing inspection for you, a Fort Worth Roots listener, for 50% less than he'll do it for anybody else. It's a 50% off a roofing tune-up. So he gets up there, he'll caulk all the vent covers and everything that needs the caulking. He'll do that for you. 50% off. And while he's up there, he's looking for damages. And if he finds anything, he'll take pictures of it and bring it down. It's not like a bait and switch. He's not trying to get more money out of you, but he will stop the roofing inspection. If he gets up there and he sees major damage, he'll just come down, show you the pictures, be like, you don't owe me anything, but I can't fix that with the roofing tune-up. So, and then if that is the case, he'll walk you through the insurance process if you need to. If you don't want to, he'll just give you a business card and be like, peace, see ya. Call me when you're ready. No big deal. Cloudland Recording Studios, analog and digital recording studio located in the heart of Fort Worth. Find them online at cloudlandrecordingstudio.com. Need to get out there and take some videos for you guys. That's our boy Joe Tacky, and he's a big community player. You don't have Fort Worth live music without people like Joe Tacky. He's a pillar of that community. So anyway, if you are trying to cut a track, you need some help with some audio, this is the man for the job out there at Cloudland Recording Studios. Look them up. I think their Instagram is exactly the same, Cloudland Recording Studio. Don't have it here in front of me. Sandy Rankin's calling me. Sandy, I'm busy. I'm recording right now. I'll call you right back. Donovan Manufacturing, trusted by law enforcement, built for mission success. These guys have got their hands in a little bit of everything. Donovan Manufacturing is who our Fort Worth Roots friends go to for machine gun rentals, training, night vision goggles, and all of your print needs. If you need anything printed up, they have a full-service print studio. So business cards, brochures, vehicle wraps, whatever. That's Dylan-Press on Facebook for that. And then on Instagram, it's Donovan MFG to see all the wild stuff they're getting into. They've got a ranch just south of here, about 5 hours south of here, and they do all this really wild training. And I'm trying to work it into my schedule so that next weekend I can go down there with them while a ton of police officers are running through these training courses. And your boy's going to try to interview some of them, see if they'll sit down and talk to us about stuff. So that's going to be cool. But go check them out. And honestly, I told Donovan whenever we partnered up with them, I was like, man, I don't know a lot of people that need automatic machine gun rentals. I'll start looking around. But honestly, if you need business cards, if you need any kind of like flyers or anything printed, T-shirts, hats, they can do anything you can think of. That is Dylan-Press on Facebook. All right. Our homie over at Purple Web Consulting is really upset at me right now because I was supposed to do the last steps to get the website launched, and instead of doing that, I took my ass to Far West Texas and went howling at the moon for a week. So now I need to get back in there, and we need to finish up this website. It's done. I've seen it. It's incredible. He did a great job. And he can do it for you at a fraction of the cost for other companies in the area that are looking to do the same thing for you. Website design and hosting, e-commerce integration, digital strategy, and consulting. Find them online, purplewebconsulting.com. You can also get our homie at 817-629-6069. He knows what he's doing. He can help you out. Baez Maintenance Services, BAEZ Maintenance.com. Commercial building maintenance. Also, what is this? Tidy up at maintenance, BAEZ Maintenance.net. That's their email. They have a 24-hour response for commercial maintenance. So you got a building, you need it cleaned up, they can take care of it for you. That's our friends at Baez Maintenance, BAEZ. Their phone number is 817-528-3056. And we are trying to get them on the schedule so we can go out and take some video, just kind of watching them do their thing. Because that's what we do. That's how we support these folks, man. We want you guys to check out our website, fortworthroots.com. Anytime you need services and you want to do it locally, I don't know why you'd want to do that. I don't know why you'd want to support small businesses. But if you ever decided that you did want to do that, fortworthroots.com is where you would go. Click on the Trusted Sponsors tab for now. As soon as I get over there with Jeff Zero, I'll be able to launch a really beautiful website. It's going to have their logos and stuff. You can click on them, and it'll take you straight to their website. So that's cool. But right now, we've got the Trusted Sponsors tab, and I think I used, what is that thing called? Linktree. So you click on the tab, it takes you to Linktree, and then it's got them all listed. So it's the same, but it's just not as pretty. And Jeff Zero over there at Purple Web Consulting is going to make it real pretty. All right, let me make sure I get this right. Sandy Rankin was calling. She is the chef and owner over there at Tres Amigos Tacos and Tequila. It's a cool little spot. It's right next to the Boiled Owl, and they've got great food, man. And it's not break the bank expensive like everything else in this damn town. It's not just Fort Worth. It's everywhere you go. Why is that so long? That's a long name. On Instagram, it is Tres Amigos Tacos Tequila. And, yeah, if you hadn't been in there yet, you need to check it out. Great crew, good people, excellent food, and a huge cocktail bar. So if you zone Magnolia, that's one of the places you need to stop in at. I like to go, if I'm going to go to like a district like that, like Magnolia, I like to hit up a few places. So what I would do if I was over there on that side of town, I would hit up Tres Amigos, and I would have probably like maybe just a taco or two, or a appetizer, and a drink or two. And then I would probably, let's see, what else do I love on Magnolia? I would go down to the chat room, see if John's in there, see if I could bug him for a little bit, hang out, have a drink, chill with the cool people. That's where the Fort Worth cool people are. And then I don't know. Let me know. Shout something out. Call me and leave me a voice recording on Instagram telling me what your favorite place on Magnolia is, and I'll play it on the show for you for the morning episode. That's all I got for you guys today. At the beginning of the episode, I mentioned that Cicada had put out an alarming post saying that they are probably going to be closing, barring any kind of awesome miracle. And I hate that. But if you don't know, your boy Andrew is constantly running around Fort Worth talking to these small business owners, and everybody's hurting right now. It never got better. After 2020, it's just continued. Like, economically, it has not gotten better. And it's a real head scratcher because we get more people into Fort Worth every day. It's like a couple thousand people a week were moving into Fort Worth. I don't know if that rate is still accurate, but for a while, that's kind of how it was going. And it is. There's a massive amount of growth in our community. But people moving in, thousands of people every week to Fort Worth, somehow does not equate to more sales for our local businesses. And I don't get it. I really don't. But you know what did go up? Everybody's rent. So we're about to lose a lot of really cool places, guys. And I understand because I'm in the same boat. You can't put it on our shoulders. I talked to the mayor. I asked her, I was like, what are we doing for these small businesses? And she's like, we've got some resources that they can access on our website. I was like, yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough. But if we were going to really save the small businesses in this community, that's what it would take. It would take some rent lock, like capping out how much you can charge local businesses. It would take tax breaks and incentives, and maybe even like some kind of city grant program for some of our local businesses. I don't know. But if the rent keeps going up and nothing changes, it's just going to be Chili's and Applebee's and more Starbucks, I guess. I don't know. I hate it. I'm not liking it. But Fort Worth Roots, that's what we're trying to do, is provide an information source for everybody. So everybody can come to the table and get the information they need, and we can regain a little bit of control in this market, because these businesses, they don't know how to get information out. Everything's changed, like billboards, radio, television. Like, how do you get the word out? Instagram? It's not Instagram either. That thing, I mean, I have people on there that I follow and interact with on Instagram, and they will post something, and I'll see it a month later. Like, there's just no accurate way to get information out. Fort Worth Roots wants to be that thing, and we're trying. We're trying every day to make it bigger and badder, so that whenever, say, something like the Cicada, whenever they're having issues like this, we can jump on the Roadcaster and make a little recording. Maybe we do get on Instagram and all of our other social media sites and blast it out. Call in the troops. Get some reinforcements in there, which is what I'm kind of doing now. I wanted to make sure and highlight Cicada, but I know good and goddamn well that it's not enough. So we want to get to a point where we can really help out these small businesses. So anyway, always looking for suggestions, and we have 5 seats still available. What we're doing is we're providing spots inside the Fort Worth Roots catalog for businesses to do their own podcast underneath our umbrella. So if your business is interested in doing a regular podcast recording, we can facilitate that entire thing. And That's how we're funding the show. It's advertisement for the business. It gives you an opportunity to have your own podcast, and it takes all the stress off you as well. You're not having to buy equipment. You don't have to do the 5 years of learning how to to make it all work. Somebody already did that for you. But anyway, we have 5 more spots available, and that's going to be something that we're hyper focused on for the foreseeable future until we get those 5 spots covered. So, got a lot of ideas, lots of things that we want to do, but always looking for advice. So, hit me up if you need anything. Our email is media@fortworthroots.com, and then you can always DM me on the social medias. If you don't hear back from me immediately, try me the next day. There's a lot. It's one guy running this thing, man. Okay. All that doom and gloom and stuff, but listen, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and we're going to continue to do this thing. Why don't you come see me next Tuesday? Just hang out. It doesn't even matter who the guest is, but we'll always be doing our thing. We're not going to church. We're going to Tuesday at McFly's. You can still go to church. I'm not saying you can't go to church. Okay, that's enough talking out of me. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, we got one coming up with Billy Bob's. We had Amanda Banda from Billy Bob's, and that's going to be a cool episode. My throat's dying. All right, I'll see you. Peace.